Shut up! Shut up!
Shut the fuck up!
Shut up!
Shut the fuck up!
Hey guys, what's up? It's Friday. We haven't seen you in 2 weeks, but that's normal by now, so you're used to it.
It's
Fuck
fucking
you.
cold today.
It's been record cold this week.
20 fucking degrees today.
I woke up yesterday. They put my car, I got that transmission put in, and apparently when they put it in, they fucked up and didn't put a seal in properly. So it started not working, and I had to take it back to the shop, and I had to use my dad's car for a couple of days, his old car that he lets me have. And it don't start, you have to jump it every day. Like, it don't start on its own. I mean, I could go buy a battery, but I'm not going to do that for a car I barely ever use. Batteries are also like $200 nowadays.
I think,
yeah. Like I looked at
$150 at Walmart.
It's a 2000 Toyota Avalon. All right. So I looked up the battery just to see, and the cheapest one at AutoZone was like $210. I'm like, ugh.
I'm going to go to one of those pull-and-play places.
I looked at Walmart, and Walmart had one for like $150, but still, I'm like, fuck, no. Like, I don't really use this car. I just jump it every time. I have one of those automatic jumpers, so I don't have to use another car.
Oh, you just in a little case?
Yeah. I jump it, fucking it starts, it's fine, but the heat don't work. And it's 18 degrees outside. And even if the heat did just work, it's 2000. And by the time
the heat doesn't work,
it works on one side, and the other side pumps out air conditioning. So it's kind of like.
I mean, pumps in fresh air.
Yeah, it pumps in fresh air, but it's cold as fuck. Yeah. So the other side is heat, and even that takes a while to heat up. But okay, if you're in there for like 20 minutes and you're the driver, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, it sucks. You know, if you're the passenger, you literally have cold air blowing on you.
I would like to have a fucking audio recording of Carmen being the passenger.
She won't. She don't drive in that car.
What if there's no choice?
Yeah, I guess it hasn't happened yet. I already got my car back. They fixed it. It was free. They didn't have to pay anything. But I'm just saying, for those 2 days, the coldest 2 days of the year so far, I had to fucking deal with that. Jumping a car, waking up at 7:30 in the morning, going straight from dead sleep to 19 degrees. You know, like there's no time in between there. I put my pants on and go outside and jump that car. Yeah. And I feel like the world's going to end.
And how long does it take to jump it? Like instant?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking the whole process is only like 2 minutes, you know, between jumping it and getting in the car and leaving. But still, it's fucking cold. That's a cold 2 minutes.
It's the wind that's been kicking my balls.
Yeah, dude, the wind's so much. Yeah. It blew through the doggy door the other day. It blew so strong and knocked all the fucking papers off my kitchen table through the doggy door.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, it was crazy high winds.
And my house sucks anyways because of that doggy door. Like the living room, it'll stay a steady 62 degrees. The upstairs, like 78. The downstairs,
some
like 82.
Some doggy doors have like a little vinyl cover you can put over it when the dogs aren't using it.
Ours has it. Yeah, no, it has it when the dogs aren't using it, but we're lazy. You know what I mean? That means getting up and going in and putting it over.
Rather freeze your balls off on the fucking couch.
Hey, man, I'm never home. I'm always saying if I am, I'm out in this garage, in the basement, or upstairs. I spend no time in that living room. That's maybe in the kitchen. But I was anytime in the living room.
All right, you'd know more about this than me. Fill me in. Did Conor McGregor rape somebody?
Yeah, he's a bit of a rapist. That's always been the problem with Conor, is he was a really good fighter for a short period of time. He's a great talker still to this day. But he's always kind of been a piece of shit.
He's married, though, right?
Yeah, but that, you know.
Because they were talking about it at work the other day, and I said, I never fucking heard anything about it. And then all of a sudden, said, yeah, the girl had to surgically have her tampon removed.
Oh, wow.
Surgically, because he crammed it in there so far.
Well, that's insane.
And I'm like, is he really a rapey?
Yeah, it's been a thing for a long time. For one thing, Conor is obviously a cokehead. He's obviously blown out of his mind.
Definition of narcissist.
Yeah, and he's a crazy person. He's a narcissist. He's all the above. He's dodged quite a few of these at this point. This was the first one that stuck. I mean,
really?
He's been dodging some
Has
rape
he
shit
been
for a
charged
while.
with this?
This is done, man. He's convicted. He's taken a hit. I mean, his whiskey that he used to have, proper whatever it is, already
proper 12.
They don't deal with him anymore, which is hilarious because that's the only reason anyone ever drank it.
I thought he owned it.
He sold it.
Oh,
he sold it a while ago, but he was still the front person for it and everything, and he still probably got a percentage or something. Either way, they're like, you stay away, which is hilarious because that whiskey's awful and it's not going anywhere without him. So
it's Irish whiskey.
But they've already made their money. I know, but good luck breaking into that market anyways.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
Jameson's and Bushmills, and
owned
outside of that, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know, no one wants.
So is he going
else.
to prison?
I don't think it works like that. It's Ireland, so I don't know how their system works. It don't sound like he's going to prison, but he's done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if the UFC could even touch him anymore. I guess he could still go on and do his own boxing thing if the UFC lets him go of his contract. I don't know. That might be a mess. Yeah. We'll see. In the end, the UFC is ran by Dana White, who's the ultimate capitalist, though, so he might turn his eye. I mean, they had Greg Hardy, on there. He was famous for beating up women. They had, they've had other fuck ups.
I just never heard anything about it.
Nah, he's been a loser for a long time, in my opinion. I lost.
Pretty rapey, huh?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit from everything I gather. And he's got like that DMX setup, that bottom bitch setup where the wife is there, but I don't think she cares what he does.
She's got her credit cards and stuff.
Yeah, the dude's worth like $1 billion at this point. She's fine. They keep on pumping out babies. I think they're on like 4 or 5 now.
Are they?
Yeah, she pumps out a new baby every year or so.
Yeah, but they were talking about it. Yeah, surgically removed her tampon. I'm like, ooh, he's a violent rapey.
Well, I mean, he's going to be violent at everything, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he also punched some old man in a bar once. He's done a bunch of shit. Like, he's a fuck up.
Yeah.
He's a crazy person fuck up that has a drug problem, and he's a complete narcissist.
Yeah.
But he's one of the greatest hype people ever.
Oh,
you know
ever.
what I mean? Like, he's one of the greatest promoters ever. He's actually now a promoter for the Bare Knuckle organization, which is just Bare Knuckle MMA.
That's brutal.
Yeah, well, it looks brutal. I mean,
guys get hit once and they're getting laid open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, outside of the cuts, there's no real difference, but
the
cuts
padding on those gloves make a big difference.
From what I've heard, they're worse for your brain. From what I've heard, is the gloves actually where you can punch more. Okay, because now if I punch you with my bare knuckles, I might fuck up my knuckles, and I can't punch you as hard anymore. With that glove, I can punch you as hard as I want all night.
That makes sense.
And with traumatic brain injuries, it's not about the contact to the face; it's about your brain getting rocked around.
Yeah.
So when you got those. Yeah, you're talking about an Anthony Joshua motherfucker. Sure, he has 6 ounces of foam on his hand, but ow.
Hey, how about those novelty fucking kids gloves that Tyson and Jake Paul use?
Yeah.
Those big monster motherfuckers.
Stupid.
It looked like that on Amazon where you get those kids, the inflatable boxing gloves, they're like this big. That's what they look
They're
like.
like 16 ounces or something like that.
I'm like, will that even hurt?
Now, all it does is it slows them down a little bit, and it makes it where they can block almost everything with their gloves.
Everything.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, but that's a pretty normal thing though for any of these stupid.
Those fucking things were huge.
These boxing events, you know what I mean? They're sideshows. I mean, not to say that they're not still boxing, but it's not.
Yeah, see, I knew McGregor was a real turd of a person, but I didn't know he was rapey.
Yeah, fuck Conor McGregor. I'm not a Conor guy. I can't get behind that. And then everything he's done in the last 10 years since he fucking won the championship is just like, ugh. He just cries for attention.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden he was like, great fighter, not so great anymore.
He had a run. He was really good for a run.
Yeah.
And then and if he would have stuck with it, could his run have been longer? Probably.
Well, yeah, but
the guy took shitloads of breaks. He became Hollywood. He made millions and millions. He's made more money than anyone else in the UFC ever, outside of Dana White. So, there is that. So if that's the goal, then he fucking nailed it. Yeah. But as far as like a legacy of a fighter, he's not a top 10 fighter.
No, not anymore.
He never was probably. And they may have gave him a little bit of credit there because he beat Jose Aldo and stuff like that. But Jose Aldo was going to lose eventually to someone. The guy was undefeated for forever. Yeah. And then he's lost more than he's won since that fight. So. He's not.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I didn't know about the rapey stuff. I don't really follow people to follow.
Well,
him.
McGregor's one of those dudes. Since I've always followed the MMA and I listen to MMA podcasts, he's one of those guys that the reporters tend to hate on a lot. So they dig into him a lot. So if you follow the sport, this is nothing new. This is this shit's been going on forever with McGregor. This is just the first one that's really stuck.
I think the reason I don't follow MMA more is because like on the last UFC event, I'm like looking at the card, going, don't know him. Never heard of him.
That's because you don't follow it.
Yeah. But I'm saying...
you got to follow it to know the names.
For 10 years, you knew at least half the card.
Well, it was more free back then. You used to get,
Diaz, all the Diaz brothers. You had Diego Sanchez. You had fucking St. Pierre. You had fucking Matt Hughes earlier than that.
They did a really good job of marketing them back in the days that they don't really do anymore because they don't have to.
But I'm saying you knew them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For like a good 10 years.
Well, another problem is they're getting more and more foreign. And that's not a problem as in like, I don't want foreigners to fight. It's just, I have a hard time.
Damn Brazilians.
I just have a hard, no, the Brazilians are normal. They've been around forever, but now we're getting all these Russians and Eastern Europeans and just all these Muslims and shit. And nothing wrong with that again. I don't give a shit who fights, but I have a hard time remembering the names when I can't fucking pronounce them. You know what I mean? Like you got a 16-letter name. I have a hard time, unless you get a cool nickname.
And one vowel.
Oh, yeah, unless you get a cool nickname, I'm off. You know what I mean? You know how long it took me to learn Nurmi's name, whatever the fuck his name was? Like that was forever. And
but it's like I said, it seems to me like there's so many fighters now that the ones either lose one, they get knocked down in the fucking rankings.
See, I'd argue that there's not so many fighters. There's the same amount pretty much probably. I would argue that the parity is a lot better now. So you're not having that one guy just come through and wreck shit constantly. You know what I mean? And that's how you get a name built up.
Yeah.
And when that does happen, then they break through. Your Alex Pereiras, and stuff like that. That's a guy that came along in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's so much parity in that sport now that you don't got these wrecking balls like you used to. No one comes out and looks amazing because everyone's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's not really a problem. The sport as a whole has got better, but as far as the marketing and the everyday fan, they're losing a little bit more touch, I think, which is, it is what it is. Anyways, what's up? Well, I know you want to get to something quick, so let's get to it.
It's nothing that's really going to piss me off or anything, but I want to do it. Not that one.
Be nice to that one.
Fucking Theo. Now, my asshole of the week is one that he's actually my asshole of the week just because when I heard the story, I laughed and went, what an asshole. It didn't piss me off at all.
I think it pissed you off.
No. I could really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that it was going to happen. But my asshole of the week is Joe Biden. I understand him pardoning his kid. He's got the right to do it. He's president. His kid's looking at some serious prison time on the tax evasion and the gun charges. He's going to prison. The only reason he's my asshole is because of the 5 to 10 interviews he gave that said, I absolutely won't do it. You know what? If you're going to pardon your kid like everybody in the world thinks you're going to, don't go on TV and say you're not. I trust the process. I'm going to trust our judicial system. And then the fucking almost last thing you fucking did was to pardon your 54-year-old kid. It's not like he's a baby anymore. It's not your teenage kid.
My baby boy.
I love my son. He's been through so much. Well, you know what? A lot of people have been through so much. And I get the pardoning part. But the asshole comes from him getting on TV so many times and saying, I'm not going to do it. And then his asshole staff, when somebody says, hey, your fucking boss is a liar. No, he's not. Here's the reason he's not a liar. It was a big fucking, hey, buddy, here's what we're going to tell the press after I pardon him. We're going to blame it on Trump. We're going to blame it on everybody else. Trump is out to get him, blah, blah, blah. Well, he was got already. Before Trump, he was got. They already had him. So Trump wasn't going to be able to do anything more than him that he already did to himself. Like I said, the whole asshole thing, and it made me laugh, is just the interviews, and I watched them on YouTube. I've watched all the interviews. I'm absolutely not going to do it. It was like fucking Clinton. I didn't stick that cigar in her
exactly.
ass,
Or read my lips. No new taxes.
I did not inhale. I did not fuck her with a cigar.
So presidents have been lying from the very beginning. They've always do this. I get what you're saying there. It's annoying when they do it, but that's what they do. As far as pardoning this kid, I just, like I said before to you, you'd pardon your kid. I'd pardon my kid.
Yeah.
He lied about it, of course. I don't think he thought his kid was going to end up getting convicted. I mean, typically people don't go to jail for what he did. The only reason he's going to jail.
The tax evasion they do.
Not they
You're talking millions of dollars.
Yeah, but you know how many fucking Trump probably did that. All these people do that. What they do is they just come up with some new system to pay it back, and then they stay out of jail.
Hey, tax evasion got Al Capone, pal.
I get you because they were going after Al Capone. That's the thing.
Well, a lot of people were going after Hunter.
And they were going after Joe Biden, or whatever his name is, Hunter Biden. I'm saying if Hunter Biden wasn't Joe Biden's kid, the guy would not have ended up in jail.
No,
but
probably not.
With that being said, he wouldn't have ever had the chance to do all this shit to get him in jail. You know what I mean? He wasn't Joe Biden's kid. He wouldn't have been on the fucking council for Ukraine or for whatever, getting paid or whatever the fuck was going on there for a while. So, there's give and take there, old Hunter.
My asshole is just the interviews, not the fact that you did it, because I knew you were going to do it. But the fact that, all those interviews you watch him, and he was so fucking dead set on convincing you.
I really think
I trust our system. I'm not going to do it.
Maybe it's just he's always been that old, or he's been old for a while, and he's just going crazy. I really think that he thought that Hunter was going to get away with it, so he wouldn't have had to. And the same way I think he thought that he was going to be the president again. This guy's fucking out there.
Yeah.
He's got nothing left.
He's lost.
But Joe Biden sucks. Hunter Biden, who gives a shit? He's just some fucking crackhead.
Yeah, I could give a flying fuck that he did it.
I'm getting a kick out of, though, I don't know if you've heard about this, and it hasn't happened yet, but it's been floated now, is Hunter Biden is talking about pardoning people like in the future pardons. Like, I don't know how that works. Like, he's looking to take, he knows that Trump's going to come in, and he's promised to put a lot of people in jail because he felt like he was gone after, which he was, you know what I mean? But now he's going to do the same fucking thing back to them.
Yeah.
And Biden's trying to think of a way to pardon people before he can do it. So
You can't.
I don't know, but they're apparently looking into it. They keep on throwing it out.
You can't pardon somebody that hasn't been fucking
Fauci's one of them.
convicted yet.
Yeah, they're looking to pardon Fauci before they prosecute him. Because he lied to Congress. He did all sorts of fucked up shit. Fauci probably should go to jail. I think Fauci might have fucked up that whole thing. I don't know the whole details of it, but it sounds like that's a guilty motherfucker.
Yeah, because the whole fucking world believed what he said.
And he made
the
shit
whole
up.
world.
He made shit up.
Like, not just the USA, fucking all of Europe believed what Fauci said. Fucking Asia believed what Fauci said.
No, that guy probably should do. But that's apparently what Biden's doing now is he's looking into ways to pardon people doing future pardons. I don't know how that works. Maybe it can happen. I'm not sure.
I don't know what the rules are.
But it's been floated, and a bunch of people are getting pissed off about it because they're like, this is crazy. What are you going to do? I mean, that'd be like Trump, right? The first day of office is like, I pardon all my friends for the rest of their lives.
Forever,
like, you can't do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what they do.
Now, if they commit any crimes from here till then, it's on them.
Yeah.
But all the ones they've already done.
Everything they've already done, no matter what, if you find out about it, too bad.
When you're famous, you can do that.
I don't understand how that works, but
I
whatever.
really don't know what the rules would be on that.
I hate our country's government.
Oh God, it's the worst,
hate it
man.
so
It's
bad.
the absolute fucking worst.
It is, but you drive some of these foreigners. This happened to me yesterday. I picked up some African dude and a doctor. He was I picked him up at UC. He was in town from Maryland doing research for some pharmaceutical. His job is to come in and make sure the doctors are prescribing the medicine right and putting the results in right. So if it actually works, it works. Don't put it, don't prescribe it to don't work because the pharmaceutical rep's paying you to do it or whatever.
Gotcha.
But anyways, very smart guy. And we start talking about the American healthcare. And I was like, the American healthcare system sucks. And he just fucking died laughing. I mean, like, just laughing in my face. He's like, brother, you have no idea how good you have it. You know,
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He's like, it's expensive, but and then he started going on. He's like, yeah, it's expensive, but there's nothing comparable in the rest of the world. He said he's traveled the world, and he said the level of service you can get here. Not the price.
Well, yeah, I know in Canada that you might have to wait fucking 8 months to see
I'm just talking about if you have money, the level of medical care you can get in this country is fucking amazing. No. And I even talked about it. I was like, I get it, dude. I was like, but also it could be 100 times better. And he goes, oh, for sure. He's like, it's ridiculous. You guys have to pay, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, and he started going on to the bat. But as Americans, we do take things so for granted sometimes, or I'll talk shit about my country
all the time.
And I don't, it's like, it's so much better than some fucking these African countries.
Everybody says, "Oh, this country
not
sucks."
all of them. There's probably a couple countries out there that are on par.
Go to
but
fucking
still.
Venezuela and see how shit goes on. So many countries where everything sucks.
And that's that's a reason why I like working or being around foreign people, because it lets you know, and I don't have the money to be a world traveler. You could learn obviously doing that kind of shit too. But since I'm stuck to this city pretty much, and I'm happy with being in the city, it's fine. I still like to get a taste of what's going on outside and a different point of view, because it really puts things into perspective. And we are a bunch of whiny bitches. That's all there is to it. We're
about
a bunch
everything.
of fucking whiny bitches.
And the reason is because we have the right to be whiny bitches.
And it's nice to be a whiny bitch.
Well, I mean,
I enjoy being a whiny bitch.
Everything says you can be a whiny bitch if you want to. And that's the thing about it, is I know how much shit sucks in this country, but I know how much worse it is in other places.
Yeah, build that wall. Anyways,
you have an asshole?
I did, I think. Yeah, asshole. Asshole of the week. Anyone who's going to fight anyone over a fucking school flag. What the fuck is going on? Okay, you go to these different, these college events and there's rivalry schools, and Michigan wins and they put their flag in the middle of the field. For one thing, gay. Flags are gay. Get out of my face. But in general, who gives a shit? You fucking pussies on Ohio State. Win the game. The flag's not staying. It's not like it's not like the fucking moon. It's not like back in the day when Spain used to come over here and put their flag down and no one else could come. Don't worry. The Michigan fucks are leaving. You get your field back.
My alma mater did the same
thing.
No,
it happened 3 times that
Arizona
night.
State.
And there was 3 different fights apparently over this shit. What a bunch of nerdy fucking dumb shit. But with that being said, retards have been fighting over flags for thousands of years. Whether it's their religious flag, their country's flag, their whatever flag, everybody fights over flags, and I just don't get it.
But the thing about it is, all 3 of those fights was like the the main rivalry of that team.
Yeah.
How about home teams try to just win one of those?
Win the game.
And it doesn't happen.
And if you lose, you got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
It sucks. Sure, if I'm not really that big of a college fan where I care if anybody planted a flag at UC. It wouldn't bother me. But,
Does UC have an ultimate rival?
No, not really.
That kind of rival.
They don't. No, they really don't. But let's say the Bengals and the Steelers played, and after the game, the Steelers fucking planted a flag, and I would not care. I'd be like, fuck, we got to beat them so they don't do that again.
Yeah.
Or we got to do that in Pittsburgh.
Well, Juju did his version of it when he danced on the
and I didn't care.
Oh, he got his ass kicked
and when they do that too, when people go, the only one that bothers me when they go dance out on the logo is fucking Patrick Mahomes' little fucking twink brother. That bothers me. Anybody else, that don't really bug me. But when he goes out and does it, because he has nothing to do with any of it.
Nothing.
If Juju wants to do it, and then that same fucking game knocked Vontaze Burfict retarded for fucking 3 weeks.
Oh no, that game he got knocked.
Well, either way, I'm just saying, like, at least he's on the field and he's putting forth the effort. In that game, he got knocked. So I mean, he
trying to remember who hit him.
Von Bell.
Was it Von Bell?
Yeah, that was a big
fucking hit. Laid him out. Every bit as good as he laid Burfict.
Hey, it might have been the last good Von Bell tackle. I'm not sure. Someone should have got that on tape. I'm not positive. The Bengals have the worst tackling fucking team I've ever seen. It's driving me crazy watching these games. I mean, I'd love to say I'm done, but I'm not.
No,
I'm going to keep on watching. I'm going to watch every fucking game. But Jesus
from here
Christ.
on out, and I'm not one of those people like Brandon,
games.
like Brandon, who last night. If you asked Brandon last night. He's not an Eagles fan. He was a Packers fan. Every time the Packers got a first down, he was jumping around screaming. I'm like, are you a Packers fan now?
Why?
Because he was playing fantasy in another league against
Detroit's
Amon-Ra
defense?
St. Brown.
Oh, just against Brown?
Just against St. Brown. I'm like, why do you give a fuck if they win then? As long as St. Brown doesn't do anything.
I wouldn't care.
So anyway.
I didn't care. Well, I carried you one last night because I picked Green Bay, but that was it.
I am a diehard Bengal fan. Now, when they're out of it, you tend to root for somebody else. I think for the rest of my life, I will be rooting for the Lions if the Bengals are ever out of it.
See, I don't know. I've felt that way before about other teams.
I just like the Lions.
I like the Lions currently. I didn't like the Lions 5 years ago, and I don't know if they'll be the same 5 years from now. We'll see. But
how about I'll do it as long as Dan Campbell's there?
Yeah, I like Dan Campbell. He's just
he just created a culture that I think is really fucking cool.
He's just a big dumb.
And they're such the underdog, and you know what I mean. And it's just
not
like,
anymore.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, they've been good for the last several years, but they still haven't won anything.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I mean?
No,
I would like to see them win one. If the Bengals can't, I would like to see the Lions hoist the trophy.
I would have liked to see the Lions stay healthier. I have a hard time seeing them winning this year, honestly. Even though I think they are the best team, I don't think they got all their players out on the field to be the best team right now. And
I think it's down to 4
I think
teams.
they're gonna have a hard time.
I don't think.
I think they have a hard time with Philadelphia, man. Philadelphia's playing so strong, and their offensive line's so good. They're just a solid fucking team.
But I mean, as far as the NFC goes, you got the Eagles and the fucking Lions. You can't put anybody else. You can't put the Niners in there.
You can still put the Packers there because the Packers almost won that game last night. So in the playoffs, they could catch
Packers aren't good enough to win it all.
I don't know. See, that's the thing is Jordan Love is that kind of quarterback that's really fucking good when he's playing good. But then, he's not consistent and he throws interceptions every once in a while. So I could see him going on a run. I could see he's more of a Brett Favre than
I could see a run like at the beginning of the playoffs and maybe make.
All you need to run, dude. Flacco won a Super Bowl. All right, all you need is a run.
More than one Super Bowl.
No, he just won one, I believe.
In Baltimore, only one?
Yeah, that other guy won. Trent Dilfer won.
Oh, Dilfer won the other one.
Yeah,
You're right.
that was a defensive team. Flacco's team was all right.
Yeah, that was a Ray Lewis team.
But either way, like what I'm saying is, you would if I would have told you that before that year, Flacco was going to win. You're like, yeah, Flacco's not a winning quarterback. You just have to go on a run, and you have to have the ability to go on that run. And Love does have that ability, so I could see him doing it. I ain't saying they're going to. I'm just saying, like, I could see Love upsetting, or the Packers upsetting the Eagles or the Lions. I can't see anybody else there.
I can't see him upsetting both.
Well, you could be right there too, but they might not have to.
I can see the run.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I could say, okay, we're playing the Eagles in the fucking first round, whatever. Beat the Eagles. But then he gets stopped by the Lions. I don't see him being able to do it on a sustained level.
Yeah, it would be hard for me to see that too, but I ain't putting it past them. But yeah, I would say there's the Eagles and Lions, and then the Packers, and then there's no one else that's gonna.
4 weeks ago, you might have thrown Minnesota in the discussion 5 weeks ago.
Now, see where I say that about Jordan Love, I don't see that in Sam Darnold.
No.
All right, so
he played so much better than anybody gave him credit for.
He's played better than Sam Darnold's ever played, but I still don't. Where Love actually has the ability to play at that superstar level. I don't think he's a superstar yet, but I think he has the ability to be there for a game or two. I don't think Darnold has that in him.
Yeah.
And I don't really see anything else on Minnesota. They got a good defense. They got a decent run game. I just don't see it. You know, they're a good fucking team.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If I was a Minnesota fan, I'd be happy about my team, but I don't think they're there yet. I think the secret to that team might end up being McCarthy if he comes out and he plays good.
I thought so at the beginning of the year.
So we'll see there. That team could be really fucking good.
AFC side, I don't see anybody but the Chiefs and the Bills anymore. I don't see the Ravens in there anymore.
The Ravens are hard because of their defense is so bad.
Yeah.
You know, they have a hard time stopping anybody.
And I think the Bills are playing better than the Chiefs.
I think it's the Bills.
I do too.
I mean, if I had to guess right now, it's the Bills, Eagles, or Bills, Lions. But I think it's going to be Eagles. As much as I root for the Lions, I think that they're still a year away. And if they get Hutchinson back, that guy was fucking amazing this year before he got hurt. I mean,
and
he was on a record-breaking pace.
I really kind of thought
so
that
fun
when they
to
drafted
watch.
him.
I didn't.
Because
I thought he was overrated
his whole senior year. I
Yeah.
said, this kid is going to be the fucking defensive end. I said it when they drafted him, and everybody thought I was nuts. But I'm like, I just see it. I see the speed. I see how fucking vicious he is when
That
he's trying
spin
to get
move
to the
he
ball.
has is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, I liked him a lot, and then to see him get hurt, it really sucked. And I think that changed Detroit's whole season. I think with him, that's that piece that just put. I mean, they're already so fucking good, but that's that extra piece.
But I mean, could you really at this point, like I said, Chiefs, Bills, Chiefs, just because they find a way to win, they're not playing that great.
they're the worst 11-1 team I've ever seen. And actually, I've seen statistically they're the worst.
Can you even put the Steelers in the discussion? I can't.
You know what? I can, and I'm sorry for not mentioning them. I actually put the Steelers above the Ravens, and I put the Steelers. I put the Steelers kind of in the same position I put Green Bay on the other side. I don't see them doing it, but I could see them doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I see the possibility. Russell's playing lights out, dude.
He is.
He's
Great.
playing lights out. And I said that last year when he went there that Tomlin was going to be the perfect fucking coach for him, and he is. He really has turned out to be the perfect. Tomlin might be just the perfect coach. That guy is, I mean, I know it's hard to like him being a Cincinnati person. He's never had a losing season. You know how fucking hard that is?
Oh, yeah.
For 20 years to never have a losing season. No one ever leaves that organization hating Tomlin outside of crazy people like Antonio Brown or somebody.
He hates everyone.
Well, he's a lunatic, yeah. But I'm saying, like, no one has anything bad to say about him that's ever been with him. He gets the best out of his players. They typically don't have the most talented teams, but they're still every fucking year there. It's just, I just think he's an amazing coach.
I think if it comes down to it, the Chiefs and the Bills both beat Pittsburgh.
No, I get you. I could see. I would put my money on either one of those, but at the same time, I wouldn't be shocked. Especially the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just so. I don't know. They're barely beating teams like the Panthers on a regular basis.
But
I know
they're beating them all.
They keep on finding ways to win.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but they didn't against Buffalo.
Nope.
And that was the first team that I can think of that they've played since the very beginning of the year. At the very beginning, they played Baltimore and Cincinnati, a couple other harder teams. But for the most part, the Chiefs didn't have a really, really hard schedule this year.
Josh Allen's playing out of his ass.
Yeah.
That whole Buffalo team looks so fucking impressive. They just look better than they've looked in years.
They do.
So I see, if I had to pick a Super Bowl right now, I'm going Bills, Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Should be the Eagles probably because nobody's playing better really on the NFC side than the Eagles. But I'm going Bills, Lions at this point.
Hey, are you just like eyeing homeless people nowadays?
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone I pass.
I always have.
I know you always have, but now I'm giving them like the stink eye. I'm trying to figure them out. I want to know which one of you motherfuckers torched my bridge. And every bum I see.
$10 million.
I don't care how much it costs.
It.
It doesn't matter. That's not coming out of my pocket. I don't give a fuck. But
it is in an indirect way.
In an indirect way. Who gives a shit? That money was already coming out regardless.
But I'm saying they didn't cause $5,000 worth of damage.
Cost of my life.
Oh, yeah.
The cost of my life this has been.
Yeah.
It is so horrible. It's the worst.
They said the other day on the news that they actually suspected somebody was going to try to set fire to another one of the bridges. I don't know if it was the Clay Wade Bailey or if it was the fucking footbridge. But
like a bum? Like a mad bum?
They think.
We got a fucking mad bum or just we got an actual dinner?
All this time when I've been saying this shit about the fucking really, really homeless people.
You're right.
And you fuckers been ragging me.
You're
I was right. Not
Yeah.
only did that homeless guy fuck up your life and mine and everybody else who has to cross that fucking bridge, but like you said yourself about 10 minutes ago, yeah, there's shelters out there to keep warm and stay out of trouble, but they don't want to follow the rules and get in there by 6 o'clock. No, I want to wander the streets begging money first, and then I'll go go have a fucking roast beef sandwich.
Listen,
and a bed.
I don't even care that they beg money. That's like the part of homeless people that don't bother me. All right.
I don't give a fuck they beg money, but the whole point is, if I tell you, hey, Jason, you're fucking freezing right now. I'm going to give you a warm bed, a hot meal, a TV, and a shower. Just be here by 6. Nah.
I like the homeless people that hang out at the UDF on Dana. It's always like some like 52-year-old black dude that's wearing nicer clothes than me. Like, hey man, you got $1? Hey man, you got? It's like you're not fucking homeless. There's no your Mazda's right there. What the fuck is this?
Today at Speedway, a guy asked me for $1 while he was standing there smoking a blunt. You bought pot.
Hey,
you bought weed, and it's not cheap in Ohio.
Maybe a new segment or something. I don't know. Where I kind of teach whites about black culture and things I find out. Because, I find out a lot of things.
Do you?
I do find out a lot of things. Being married to a black woman and her having a black family, and then just,
You're married to a black woman that never leaves the house.
No, but she still has a black family. I don't get it from her. I get it from her family.
From
you know what I mean? Like, or stories growing up.
Kentucky family,
and stuff
right?
like that. But no, I'm not only talking about that. But I take great interest in cultures in general. So I always have questions. And as you know, a lot of times that I have a black person question, who do I call?
Brandon?
Brandon. I call Brandon because Brandon is he's the sayer of whatever's black. I gave it to him. You know what I mean? I ain't going to challenge it. Yeah, he's a little light-skinned, but whatever. It's not me. It's not my decision. I just think he knows. I've asked around, and I just
Brandon, any way you can darken up just a little bit?
Yeah, he seems to be the most, maybe just stereotypical. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, so I always ask him, and this is what I found out this week, because I'm Ubering and Lyfting, and obviously a lot of times Uber and Lyfts don't go to the best of neighborhoods. So sometimes I got to stop in these little corner stores to get a drink or something. And I think a lot of white people just wouldn't stop at them. They'd be like, I'll wait till I get a couple neighborhoods over and stop at a UDF. Yeah. But I don't care. I'm not racist. I don't care. I'm not afraid to go into it. Like if they're just going to shoot me for going into the store, shut up. So, I go and get a drink or whatever at whatever store I'm at. And now this is 3 different times and 3 different little hood stores that I've stopped. They don't carry diet soda. Like none.
But every flavor there is on the market, right?
Everything. There's
orange.
There's every other kind of soda and
Coke,
juice and stuff.
Dr. Pepper.
There's a lot more juices and stuff.
But nothing diet.
There's not one goddamn diet thing in these little corner stores. And I'm like, first time I'm like, whatever. Second time, third time I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? Do black people not drink diet soda? And so, of course, I call Brandon and we talk it over. And he said,
he gives you a long drawn out explanation, right?
And young black people do not drink diet soda.
Okay.
And young black people are really the only black people that are stopping in those markets because the older ones are scared of them like white people are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he said, so obviously they go to Kroger and the older.
You'd think they'd buy a 12-pack of Diet Coke and just stick it in there. It's only holding one spot. It's only taking one little
I don't know, dude. There are all these fucking weird Russians and, I don't know what race these guys are that own these shops. They're never black or white.
They're Middle Eastern or
They're
Indian,
scary.
Generally.
You know what I mean? They're usually scarier than the people in the store.
And they're packing an arsenal
and no one fucks with them. So
Oh, no, because there's 10 guns under here.
Yeah, exactly.
And a hammer and everything else.
And then like some Russian machine gun too. Now they don't just got some fucking 9mm.
Oh no, he's pulling
out some shit you haven't seen since
Kalashnikov or whatever the fuck that's called. If that doesn't work, he's got a chainsaw down by his feet.
They got the stuff they're killing Ukrainians with underneath their counter. And
here's what pisses me off about asking Brandon. Mm-hmm. Brandon just spent the last 3 weeks telling me, because he tells me the lingo and the slang, and I try to pick up on it.
I don't keep up on that one. I don't care about the slang.
So he tells me now when black people walk up to the table, it's either twin or gang, right?
I ain't calling anyone gang.
Hey, what's up, gang? Hey, what's up, twin? And they'll be like, okay, well, hey, what's up, twin? Blah, blah, blah. Now, last night, he's added a fucking another one.
Well, it's never going to change.
You can't just add shit all the time.
Yes, you can.
Like he told me that.
That's how you stay hip.
For 4 months, the good weed was loud.
Yeah.
And then I said, hey, who's got the loud? Dude, it's not loud anymore. Now it's gas. You got to, don't say loud anymore. That's 2 weeks ago. Now it's all gas. But now, instead of twin and gang, which he just told me about a fucking week ago, now there's king, too.
Oh, king.
But king is only for people who are really down and
guys.
really cool. No, they got to be real cool. They got to be a friend.
No, kings have been around for a while.
And he said, don't ever tell a black person good morning.
All right. Hey, you hear? Hey, Ronnie, you might be my new hookup because you've been using king for a while. So maybe you're the hip one and Brandon's shit.
No, Brandon says I'm not ready for king.
Oh, you're not ready for King.
Apparently, I don't know who to call.
Well,
King.
not only that, but I think King is a black on black thing.
Is it?
Yeah, because they always call each other kings and queens. That's been a thing for a long time on black.
But they
internet.
do that with boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife thing.
Well, just in general, they'll refer to their friends, stuff like that. But I've never heard white people use that.
King.
And you know what? I don't like
You've
it.
never heard white
I don't
people
like
say
it.
twin or gang either.
No, but I don't like the king thing because king's that's a big title, and I've seen him put it on some questionable folk.
Yeah, some real scumbags. You are not worthy of royalty.
You're not a king, and that bitch isn't a queen. All right, well, fucking maybe a Debbie queen, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate Brandon keeping me hip. I do.
I don't want to be hip.
I totally do. Hipper.
Yeah.
Coming out of my mouth, it's never going to be hip.
Well, no, that's the problem. Is no matter how you say it, it ruins it instantly. It's ruined. So,
but the
no
loud
point.
going instantly to gas pissed me off. 2 weeks ago, it was all twin and gang, and now he's throwing king in the mix. Don't ever say good morning to a black person. It's good rising or something like that. He said that's what he said. Grand rising to you.
Grand rising.
Or, yeah, like rising.
Anytime you use grand, I start thinking
it's either grand or good, but it's rising.
Yeah, no.
So he said, don't ever say good morning to a black person. Hey, good rising or grand rising to you. I can't keep up. I have no desire to keep up. So from now on, when I see a black person in the morning, I'm saying good morning.
I'm gonna say whatever I've already said because they're not special, just like I'm not special.
Yeah.
I don't expect a black guy to see me and go, howdy doody, neighbor, what the fuck?
Brandon would greet you that way.
We don't have to talk to each other like that.
Oh, he got me good last night.
We're having a Brandon podcast and he's not here. I feel like he's being attacked.
Hillbilly woman walks up, 0 teeth. But she had a big wad of cash and you could tell there was a lawsuit somewhere where she collected some money. You know what I mean? And tosses her money down. The dice almost hit her. And Brandon says, careful, Mrs. Tease. And he goes, right. I never laughed harder because as soon as I looked over, he's laughing and Tesla is laughing. That's what I'm calling him from now on because some guy called him Tesla when he was reading his Tulsi's back.
I don't know what we're talking about, but let's move on. I don't want to talk about work.
It was a perfect Mrs. Tease because it was the worst.
Yeah.
You just felt insulted.
Maybe you should have.
I did.
Hey, did you see Jay Leno fell down a hill? It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. This guy's so rich.
Oh,
and he's somehow trying to go down a hill to go to a TGIF Friday or something in Pittsburgh.
And he took a total fucking header.
He had to. It looked like he got the shit kicked out of him. I'm not sure that he fell down a hill. That looks like he got beat up. He was fucked up.
That chin was beat up.
What hill beat you up like that? What's wrong with this guy? Anyways,
there might be rocks on
he's
the
getting
hill.
caught on fire. He's
this
guy has a lot of issues going on for some
and
old
he's
man.
Worth so much money.
And he don't spend it apparently. The only thing the guy buys
cars.
Yeah.
He buys a lot of cars.
Well, he says that he's never spent his Tonight Show money. Still, to this day, has never been touched. He always lived on his comedy show money.
Really?
You think about it, those guys make $80,000, $100,000 for a weekend show. You do 10 of those, you're a millionaire.
Yeah, but he was never Bill Burr level. He was doing comedy clubs.
Comedy clubs, you can make a lot of money, dude.
How can you make that much money going to Go Bananas where there's 80 people
for one
in the
thing,
audience?
he's not going to Go Bananas. He's going to the bigger comedy clubs.
Like Improv.
He had his
but they
own.
still don't make that
He
much
had his
money.
own out in Hollywood that he went to all the fucking time. But either way, and they're charging exorbitant amounts to get in. You're not paying $20 to go see him at this little comedy club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a Tonight Show guy. You're in Hollywood. You're going to pay $500. Shit like that. So that's how they do it. I don't know. I know. When I pull out that 80,000, which it's still stuck in my mind, and it's a 15-year-old at least number. It was when Artie Lang was on the Howard Stern show, and Artie Lang was talking about that every theater show he did, he made 80 grand. So this was so long ago. You imagine it's probably at least 150 now, right?
Probably.
And those guys will do 2 shows in one night. So now you're looking at 300,000, just in one fucking weekend at a theater.
At those places and going, they didn't make that much.
Which place?
I mean, those mid-level comedy clubs.
Well, the comedy club's not making the money. The comics are.
Well,
comedy clubs just make money off
it,
the food.
You look at all the people and you go, there's not enough people here to pay.
Well, no,
ticket
like
prices.
I said, we're not talking about a Go Bananas.
You're talking about like a Taft?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
like a Taft.
Yeah.
Or even like the big comedy clubs where they can do 3 a night and they hold maybe 1,000 or 800.
Okay.
But you're turning them over.
So you're talking like Taft, that size.
Yeah, because you got to remember, a lot of times in those comedy clubs, they're doing Friday, Saturday, 3 shows a night sometimes.
See, because
so that's 6 shows, you're turning
I've
people
seen
over.
Doug Stanhope in shithole little
Stanhope's
comedy.
never going to make that money, though, because he's not that kind of comedian.
He's bigger than Go Bananas.
Yeah, but he'll
I've
play
seen
at
him
Go
a
Bananas.
little. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one of his faves. I've seen him at Go Bananas twice. I've seen him at Old Southgate House, which is now the Thompson Room or whatever.
He plays Little Hole in the
I've seen him
Walls.
at a Funny Bone. I've seen him quite a few times. He'll play what? But Doug Stanhope's a gypsy. That dude don't. He's like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't.
I mean, he's making money off podcasts and other things. He's making money.
Well, it doesn't. He wears all thrift shop clothes and lives in a fucking wood shithole out in Bisbee, Arizona.
Yeah.
He's the mayor of Bisbee, you know.
Yeah.
He fucking runs that little shit town. And his house burnt down recently and the neighborhood helped like build him a new one and stuff. But it's like literally, and he has a front doors just open. Anyone can come out and hang out at Doug Stanhope's house.
Really?
You could go to Doug Stanhope's house right now and just walk in the front door.
Bisbee's not far from where I'm from.
Yeah, he's always been like that, apparently. They were telling stories when he used to live out in L.A., he had a homeless community living on his front porch, and he eventually had to kick him off because someone got stabbed. But yeah, but he would just let him just live on his front porch
See, I gave you a
forever.
place to live and you fucked it up.
That's exactly his thing.
You fucked it up.
That dude is 100% original. That's why I love Stanhope. And he's not always going to be the funniest, you know, but every once in a while he'll get you with some really funny shit.
Oh yeah, he will.
And just him in general is he's just a character, man. You're not going to have many of the people like that. You know, he's
true.
He's a one of a kind. So good for fucking Dougie Stanhope out there.
So what else is new with you?
I got nothing new, dude.
You employed yet?
No, we're still waiting. Still waiting.
Yeah.
That little fellow will get me eventually, I hope. I don't know.
The waiting's the hardest fucking part, dude.
It sucks.
I keep waiting for that phone call.
Oh,
it's
sucks.
never come.
It sucks, especially with the recent thing that's happened, which I'll address in my fuck you. But we're not there yet, I don't think, are we?
Not quite.
You got any fucking going on recently? You have any fun? I mean,
yeah.
you know.
I'm
trying to think if I've had anything.
You know,
else.
I've pretty much narrowed it down as far as regulars go.
Uh-huh.
I've got, the 4 cuck families. 2 of them are like 2 or 3 times a year.
Families.
At best.
This is a family affair, guys.
Well, 2 of them are like a couple times a year, and then the other 2 are more regular.
Mm-hmm.
The very regular one has finally set a date for moving. They're moving like January 26th. They're moving to West Palm Beach. Now, I don't know Florida, so I don't know what part of Florida.
I know some of Florida, but I don't know where that's at.
They're going to West Palm Beach.
Yeah, it sounds like
so. I'll be a traveling cuck at least once or twice a year.
Dude, that's an international sex traveler.
I'm not being paid.
You should make them pay you $1, just so you can make the
I'm
title.
getting a hotel room and drinks and stuff.
That might count.
But there haven't been any new ones in like 3 or 4 months. But I'm just going to say this out loud. There was one new woman, single woman.
What? You like a bar? You got yourself a
No,
fucking
she messaged me on one of the fuck apps.
lounge lizards?
She messaged me on a fuck app.
Really?
She's swear to God, she's a flight attendant who is based out of somewhere else.
Yeah.
Lives here, but is gone most of the time. Sent me a message, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was bullshit because most single women are hookers or whatever.
Or dudes.
And she said, I'm just looking for a fuck buddy when I come to town. She came over about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
We fucked, had a good time. I didn't hear shit from her for probably 30 days. Then I get a message yesterday. I'll be back in town next Thursday. Want to fuck?
Hey. That's a good.
Could it get better?
Couldn't get better.
It can't better. First of all, there's no guy watching my ass pump.
That's good. That's good.
She's a cute girl. She's not a 12, but she's a 6.5.
12?
7.
You've never fucked a 12. Calm down.
But yeah, she's a fucking stewardess that's based out of, I think she said Boston, but she lives here. But she said she sleeps in a sleep house or a flop house with like 5 other stewardesses that are based out of there. They all rent an apartment together. And they're there.
That's weird though.
But she sends me a message. Well, sleep house, crash pad.
I know that's
called it a
what
crash
it is,
pad.
but it's a weird thing for an adult. How old?
She's 39.
39, man.
Called it a crash pad. But the cool thing was, it's like I thought she was fake.
I feel like 39, then she has daddy issues if she's picking you. Because that's a 20-year gap. I mean, that's a decent gap. That's dad age.
Said she messaged me because of the dick.
I like it. You're like, maybe you don't care about that.
I don't care.
No, and why would you?
The whole point is, if she would have come over and obviously I was a lousy fuck and didn't please her, I wouldn't have gotten the follow-up text.
Yeah.
So apparently we had a good enough time.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is I fucked her once, then I got a text message, and now I totally realize This girl will never, ever, ever want more than that.
Well, that's good. Well,
That's
I don't know.
perfect.
You can't say that after one. You know, but
Yeah,
but the
I
chances
can.
are probably just because of she probably has one of you in a lot of cities.
Maybe. Again?
That's
I don't
cool.
give a fuck.
No, why would you? But
Yeah.
either way, it's just funny that that's a thing.
And she messaged me yesterday. I'm coming in Thursday. Want to fuck? And I'm like, sure.
Oh, good for both of you, I guess.
Here's the cool part about it. Don't remember her name.
I like that. Still?
She told me.
Yeah.
I only talked to her 3 times.
You know,
I
it was
talked
like
to her
Twinkle
3
Eyes
times at the
69 or
beginning.
something on the site.
No, I talked to her 3 times. Fly something. But I talked to her. She messaged me.
Flying
I
the
messaged her
cock.
back.
Yeah.
Then she sent me a text message and I called her and talked to her on the phone. And at some point in that conversation, she gave me her name. I don't remember it.
Yeah, why would you?
Doubt she remembers mine.
Yeah.
But she came over. We did fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She left, and I didn't hear shit from her for almost a month.
She eat butt?
No, she did not eat butt.
Did you try?
Here's the part that bothered me. I stuck my face in her butt.
Yeah.
She wasn't a fan.
Okay, so that's not going to go either way then.
She rolled over
Yeah.
and went, not my thing. And I went, okay, I can live without it because the fuck was pretty fun.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
But yeah, she quick, you know. I mean, I was down there.
Maybe it wasn't clean.
No, it was clean. She took a shower at my house.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So I mean, she was literally on all fours and thought I was getting ready to mount from behind. I went down with the face. I was like a trap door, like a fucking mouse trap. I touched the thing and went snap. She wasn't having it, which made me not really respect her, but we still had fun.
Respect.
Oh, dude, you never saw anybody flip over so fast.
Oh, I probably have.
As soon as my fucking tongue hit the cornhole, she went, and she just went.
Something tells me I've seen that reaction. All right.
Oh man, she wanted nothing to do with
We're
it.
talking about the world's most
And
sensitive.
then she went, "Oh, sorry, not my thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess that."
that was,
My fucking sheets are on fire.
that was going to be my guess. Yeah. No.
Yeah, but the cool thing, want to fuck? Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll fuck a single one.
Yeah.
Fly me or something like that.
That's so fucking funny. That like just some old fucking crusty bitch.
It's not old.
I know, but she is in my head.
39?
Nah, she's not old at all. She's
Younger
younger than
than
me.
you.
Yeah. God damn, I'm old.
Yeah, but the whole point is, it's like when she messaged me, I'm like, hey, this is fake, because I get messages from single girls on those fuck sites all the time, and they're never real. You know, they're always, hey, come to this website here, and we can talk about it. Fuck
I don't
off.
know if I've started to look older in the last like year,
Got a little gray in your beard.
but
that
I'm
you didn't
starting to get the older treatment from the youngins.
have.
You know what I mean? I'm starting to
Doesn't
get
that suck?
Yeah, well, it just throws me off because I'm so used to them thinking I'm their age, you know, because that's been going on forever. And then I'll be like, actually, I'm like 40, and then they'll be like, what? You know, and you get that reaction. But I haven't been getting that one recently. You know, they're talking to me like, yeah, we know you're 40, dude. And there's something about that just hits you a little bit different. I don't know what it is, but
That's 100% the reason why I tell you guys to fuck off when you make old jokes.
well, but you're old. Like I'm.
But that's not the point. The point is it sucks to hear it.
Nah, I think by the time I'm
And
your
you guys
age.
hang out with me. What's that say about you?
Well, I'm old too, but what I'm saying is you should be at the age where you should be over it now. It's just hitting me.
Well,
This
it
is like
doesn't-
the first time someone calls you fat, you know, but like me right now, I have no fat feelings. Anyone could say fat to me at any time, and I'm never going to be like,
Here's a question for you. Here's a question
because
for
I'm
you.
just used to it. You know what I mean?
Have I ever, like, the 3 best buddies I have at work that I hang out with the most, you, Nate, Matt,
The fattest.
have I ever
3.
called any of you fat?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
The answer is no.
Yeah, the
I
answer
have
is
not.
yes. The answer is
I'll
yes.
make a joke when Nate makes one because Nate's big on saying you're fat and Matt's fat and,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that.
No, you've definitely made fat. Fuck you.
After an old joke.
well,
You say an old joke,
That
I'm going to
doesn't-
respond
but
with
that
fatty.
doesn't matter. You just made the statement that you've never said it. I ain't
Only
saying,
do when you respond with the
no,
old one.
you are very quick to get vicious. You're funny like that. I am
I can
too.
get vicious.
I am too. So I mean, I relate to this, but you'll go straight for the death roll. Like
I'm good at that.
Well, that's
I
again,
hate doing it.
Again, I
I
relate.
feel bad doing
Yeah.
it to people I like, but I
Yeah.
will.
No, I get it, and I'm going through the same thing with my son now. He's 9, and he's me with that shit. That he just hits you in the
Is he
fucking.
brutal?
He's the worst. You know what I mean? He can say these things that just like. You hurt my feelings. I
Yeah.
can't get my feelings hurt, and you just pulled it off. You son of a bitch.
But see, there's got to be people your age or 35, hypothetically, that don't know how to fucking do your taxes on your cell phone. Like when Matt, first thing, because I'll misspell a word. You're so old. Why? Because I hit the wrong fucking button? Or why is talk to text old?
Why is, and that's...
Why is talk to text old?
Well, I don't know any young people to do it, so that's why.
But the whole point is it's on there.
Okay, that's fine.
Use it.
Yeah, Matlock's still on too, but you're old if you're watching.
I don't watch Matlock.
I'm just saying, like, it's on there. Why is it?
The whole point is, they're always making it bigger with Alexa and Siri and all that.
I don't like
I choose, being a techie that I am, to use all the available services to me, and then it spells shit wrong, and it's, oh, you're so old, because I spelled something wrong.
I think the old move is more the accidentally, and I don't even know why it's an old move. And I do it, and you do it more than me probably, and my mom does it constantly, is the accidentally hitting the thumbs and stuff. Or, like that kind of shit. And I do it constantly, and I don't know why that makes it an old thing, but it kind of holds true.
See,
you know what I mean?
I'm never in a hurry, but I absolutely will never proofread a text or a message before I hit send. I don't do that. I hit send, and then I correct it.
Yeah, no, it depends on who I'm talking to. And a lot of times that changes it. So I'm typing, and all of a sudden it changed the word, something I didn't want, and I didn't go back to look because I seen that I spelled it right. And I moved on. And then when I send it, it says duck instead of fuck.
I'll put, hey, I just got done eating her butter. And then right below it, I'll put butthole.
Yeah, shit like that.
Because I could put butthole and it turns it into butter.
Why do mostly older people, and I'm including myself, again, I'm 44, I'm not super old, but I'm old enough to be doing this shit, and hit the fucking thumbs up button constantly on the messages? I
don't know.
We all do it. And like, I never see younger people do it.
I watched my son Emmett, my 22-year-old. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm talking fast speed.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever spelled wrong. It's just the two thumbs. Hold on, I'm messaging my friend. I'm writing a book. And it's so fucking fast. I do this. You know what I mean? And I still spell the fucking things.
Yeah. I don't know. We're old. That sucks. God damn.
You're actually starting to get some gray in your beard that you've never had. Not this on the side. You look like you're looking like Jack Black.
Oh, I don't know if I'm taller than Jack Black.
Yeah, but the beard, the face, you're looking like Jack.
I've gained a little weight too. I need to slim down again so I don't look as much like Jack Black.
Yeah, I'm on keto right now. I put on 20 over the fucking last month.
I've put on 25 since I've got fired. And
so you're not doing Ozempic right now?
So
is there a substitute?
My new insurance does not cover Ozempic. I went forever without it. Then I switched over to something else called Trulicity, which is a similar thing. I did that for 3 weeks. Had some other kind of insurance thing that delayed it. And then I delayed it because I'm like, I want to eat Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel shitty on Thanksgiving. I'll wait till after that. And I just keep on fucking forgetting every night. So I haven't done it in like 3 weeks, which is horrible. Hopefully I don't die. But yeah, I am. It's the same thing. I'm still on some kind of medicine that keeps my blood sugar within check. Now, my blood sugar hasn't been that bad because how I eat. Like, I overeat, but I do it in a way where I know how to keep my blood sugar a little bit. But anyways, I'm getting fatter again. Then it sucks. So I need to start not getting as fat and get back to real life. I mean, this is my month off. Basically, I'm looking at it like that. I know I'm working at Uber and Lyft, but I'm trying to just fucking. I got Christmas already done. I'm just trying to fucking.
You're done with Christmas?
Yes.
Nice.
I want to just sit back, relax, make sure my bills are paid, and not stress about a fucking job. And I'll know probably by the end of the month if I get my casino job back. If I don't get my casino job back, then January is where it starts getting tough because I can't do Uber and Lyft for another year. You know what I mean? So I got to find a real fucking job, and I know that is coming. So I'm just trying not to stress myself into the holidays until I get past it.
Get it.
Beginning of the year, we'll fucking see what happens.
I'm not done with Christmas.
Yeah.
I only have to buy Christmas presents for one fucking person.
Yeah.
The other two take money. They want money and gift cards. Mm-hmm. Nate's the only one. So I don't stress over Christmas because he's easy. I know what he wants. I just have to pick it out and buy it.
See, my kids both like shit. Neither of them are really gift card people. And, I did a lot of Black Fridays. That's a great. If you have the money at that time, it's the best time to shop.
Yeah.
Even if you're not shopping for Christmas, even if you're just buying shit for yourself. I mean, that's the best time to shop. You get the biggest deals. So, I bought a bunch of shit.
Well, the other day, Nate and I were sparring. He's got some boxing gloves, and we were just messing around. Mm-hmm. It's really fucking hard.
He's a big dude.
So he got a real good solid punching bag for Christmas.
Okay, yeah, I got one of those upstairs. I bought one for
not the kind you hang. It's on a stand. No, it's on a stand. You fill with water. Sand. Yeah,
that's what we got.
And
he
hits like hard.
We got him for his anger and he never uses it. He just breaks everything instead. But, you know.
And the impressive thing is, I'm boxing with this kid. He hits equally as hard with his left. I'm like, that's talent, because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say hypothetically I got in a fight. You'll feel it with the left, but you ain't going down from my left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, my
left's
out of my
weak
face. As fuck.
Yeah.
Look, I just had to look at my hands to
I
find
can't
out
even
my left was.
masturbate with my left hand. Unless you go doggy. If you go doggy.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Otherwise you'll go sideways. Yeah, you go sideways.
Yeah, like if I want to really imagine that retarded bum that was Reading that one time, jerking me off in an alley, that's what I do, was I use that hand, close my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. But otherwise, you have to do upside down.
Yeah. We're at fuck you time.
I've never done it. You know what I mean?
And I've got a good one. This one. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Now, you're going to say when I do this fuck you that I'm overreacting. And again,
you probably are.
It's not one of those fuck yous that I'm mad at. You know, no one at Meijer smashed my pumpkin pie or anything like that.
Fuck you to Jeff at Speedway.
None of that happened. My fuck you goes to Harry Guy.
All right, fuck MCP.
You know what?
For all of you guys that don't know, we always talk about these people like everyone knows. Harry Guy is our #1 fan, but also a douche, and we work with him.
Yeah, he used to be help us out on the show doing
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then he discovered darts and his life changed. But
he discovered darts and pussy.
We're in a fucking friendly friends fantasy football league. Okay, friends. You know, we like to rag each other.
It's a $100 league. You know, the most you're winning is like $600-700.
And it's more for ragging people. Hey, I kicked your ass, blah, blah, blah. Well, this motherfucker goes out and fucking picks up on the waiver wire like 6 fucking quarterbacks just so the guy under him can't have any.
I saw
Fuck
that.
you, you fucking pussy turd. Why don't you just let your team, which is strong enough to win anyway, you're in a friendly league. And you fucking go out and fucking, I'm going to grab everyone so you can't have them. Fuck you, Harry Guy, you turd.
It's a douche move.
It's a douche move.
It's 100% a douche move. It made me laugh because it's just like, it makes sense.
It does, but it makes sense if you're in a $500 league where you're going to win 10 grand.
There's 2 people in our league that would have done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was one of them. We've had other people in the past that would have done that too, but it's a very specific fantasy player. It's always the same kind of player that offers you all the shitty trades.
Yeah.
You know, like they do all the stuff that annoys the shit out of you throughout the year. But they're still also kind of fun to play with because they usually suck and they don't win. And then you can talk shit to them the whole time.
But I mean, the whole point is it's a bunch of buddies in a fantasy football league, dude. This isn't the World Series of fantasy football. And everybody wants to win. I'm going to rag you if I beat you. But my God, you went out and did a douche thing like that just so the person under you has a less chance to get in? Fuck you. You're a turd.
Yeah, the ultimate turd move there.
Isn't it, though?
MCP,
I looked at it and went, because Matt was laughing at him in the chat, hey, I think you missed a couple of quarterbacks. And I'm sitting there going, you fucking fuckhead.
He's a douche.
What a douche.
That
Fuck you, Harry Guy.
All right. Fuck you to Uber. Ooh. Fuck you, Uber.
Like it.
Oh my God, they have. Now, this company, since I've started 8 years ago, working for them either part-time or now full-time, unfortunately, has always changed the price points. You never know what the fuck's going on. They change every couple months. They got some new scheme, and it's usually, they'll present it as some kind of like grand opportunity for the drivers. But we all know it's just another way for them to fuck us.
Yeah.
And, so we're used to these, like, the fact that our money has just consistently gone down for the last 8 years. This week, for whatever reason, without saying anything to anyone, and still hasn't been actually said, they have slashed the fucking prices ridiculously.
Have they?
There was, no matter what, for one thing, $5.27 is the ride now. Whether it is a 10-minute ride or a 40-minute ride, they're offering you $5.27. It makes no fucking sense, all right? They're literally like offering you, like, I seen one was $24 to go to Dayton. Could you fucking imagine?
Fuck off.
I don't know who's taking these. All the Uber dorks out there on the internet think it's the foreigners or whatever they're doing on this. Maybe
There's
they are.
There's a lot of foreigners.
And maybe they are. Maybe those are the ones.
Go out to the airport, you look like you're in a refugee camp.
Well, yeah, I don't go to the airport. That's a weirdo hangout. What the fuck?
I don't hang out there.
Well, I know. Well, you don't drive Uber either. You're a Lyft guy completely. Either way, you don't ever hang out in the lot, do you? No, that's what I mean.
At the most, I'll only go there if there's less than 10 drivers because I know I'm only in there 10 or 15.
Yes, maybe then. But
if it says 21 to 35 drivers, I ain't going.
Listen,
there.
I don't even know where the lot is. I don't want anything to do with it. I've been doing this for 8 years, and that's not the spot. I'm not going to hang out for an hour so I can get a $4 drive. You know what I mean?
About 20 minutes is the longest I've ever been.
I ain't doing it. And you actually can get a lot of rides out in that area because of all the stupid factories and warehouses and shit by the airport.
Hebron,
so there's a decent amount of rides in that area. I'll leave the airport and hopefully get something else on the way back to the city. Either way, Uber has now slashed. I think they're down to paying like something like 48 cents per mile. That is absolutely insane.
I wouldn't drive you for 48
The government
cents
write-off is 69 cents a mile. Therefore, you are technically losing money, according to the government, for every single fucking ride that you take. It's insane.
So you're not taking any Uber rides?
I have this week have completely switched. Yeah, I've worked 16 hours this week. I've taken 3 Uber rides. You know, and I've denied everything. I keep it on. You know, I'm getting a kick out of pressing no now. And the $5.27 thing just fucking cracks me up.
Fuck you,
it's like everywhere. You know, that's not always the price, but it is like 3 out of 4 you'll see. And no matter what the distance is, it's insulting.
See, Lyft is not bad.
Right? Yeah, shh. I don't want anybody to know that. Because that's the thing, is all these fucking Uber drivers are going to find out that Lyft's still paying at least decent.
Yeah.
But as soon as all these Uber drivers hop over to that, Lyft's going to suck bad too. Yeah. Or as soon as Lyft finds out that Uber's making any kind of money by still doing this, then they're just going to fucking repeat it.
The guys that are strictly Uber, they'll find a way to do some class action lawsuit against them. They've done it in the past 1,000,000 times, and then Uber switches back to where they were.
Well, that's fine, but that might take a while. I don't know. Like I said, that changes so often. It's just this week it popped off. And I mean, the internet's blown up. The old internet Uber community, everyth's bitching like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because it's insane. It's across the board. If people quit turning
their Uber apps on, then Uber's going to go, "Hey, we don't have any drivers."
Well, then all the drivers that apparently are still taking rides are saying all the passengers are bitching because it's taking forever to get a ride. Yeah, because everybody's probably turning it down. Like, no, of course I'm not driving from Covington to Mount Healthy for $5.27. Are you fucking nuts? Especially with the traffic right now in Cincinnati because of the goddamn bumps. All right.
See, I've been telling you guys the whole time, and you guys have been ragging me for this really homeless stuff. There's a reason.
I had a friend that was bit by a bum. I hope she don't become one.
These are vultures.
I hope she don't become a bum.
You could.
I know.
You could become a lot of things.
They're like vampires.
They're
like zombies.
By a bum, you could turn into like a half animal.
I could see it, dude. One of those. See,
so homeless people are not the safe.
No.
Poor unfortunates that you guys, bleeding hearts, have been telling me when I rag them all this time. They got fucking agendas.
Dude. They're fucking bridge burners. All right. They're biters. I want nothing to do with these homeless. All right. Let's go eradicate the homeless.
Fuck you, homeless.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.